disorder. So that I received him to my care already with this diagnosis. Now, according to in the past, according to summaries, there was marijuana, alcohol use quite extensive, marijuana use quite extensive, and there were mentioning of use of cocaine and mushrooms. Now, Mr. Spira is not doing is not drinking alcohol, and if there is no, I don't recall any mentioning of cocaine over this year that I've been taking care of him, or mushrooms, and if marijuana use was there, it was only occasional. So he is doing well in terms of his functionality. He lives on his own, and he works, so that's all going well. He has been compliant, which wasn't the case in the past, but I don't have any problems with his compliance coming for his appointments and injections up until the time they were discontinued. But there is still reports in his on his chart of past non-compliance, and believes that he didn't need his medications as he didn't believe he had an illness. So to summarize all of that, the situation is such that overall he had, I would say, 2 years of stability. Most of it was on while on medications, and then another 2-3 months of stability without medications. I would be very hesitant to leave Mr. Spira without CTO, as there is a good chance that without medications in place, he might have a relapse, and I believe that the safest way to proceed right now to continue CTO at this point, and hopefully we won't see any relapses. So that's my summary. I'm asking for now to continue with community treatment order.
Okay, thank you very much. To our public member, Mr. Scripian.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for your summary and your update. Where is the just with respect to capacity? What is the current standing on capacity?
So Mr. Spira has PGT who helps him with making treatment decisions, and her name is Lori Borland, and she is in agreement with the plan.
Okay, so at this point he remains treatment incapable?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. Those are all my questions.
Thank you, Ms. Chandu.
Yeah, Doctor, so just to clarify, so he's currently not on any medication?
That's correct.
And you're saying he does not recognize the benefit of being on medication, or he recognizes the benefit of being on medication?
So Mr. Spira can correct me since he's here, but my understanding is that he believes that he does not have mental illness, and according to his file, some of the explanations that he made in the past was it was related to arguments with his family. It might be drug related, but he does not share a belief that he has a primary mental illness.
Okay. So now that there is no medication, what does the community treatment plan entail? How often do you see him for the purposes of assessing his mental state?
I can check right away, but I believe that when he was on medication, so he was coming to see a nurse for medications, and it was at least monthly, and myself monthly as well. And I believe that when after that, appointments were scheduled monthly.
So outside his medication appointments, he didn't really have any. How often do you see him now that he's not taking medication?
Monthly. I can check it. It's monthly. Once a month.
Once a month. Okay. And he's been attending with no difficulty?
No difficulty.
Okay. When he was being treated with the antipsychotic, did you have to use any Form 47 for him, or he was largely adhering?
Not to my recollections. There was a discharge against one of, if I recall correctly, one of the discharges was against medical advice, and there were mentioning of non-compliance with medication, but I did not have to use Form 47. During this time with me, he did not display any psychotic symptoms. And he did his injection, so I did not have, and then he attended his appointment, so there was no reason to issue Form 47.
Okay, so really the purpose of this is sort of to serve as a fallback just in case, or is the thinking that perhaps what he really has is some sort of substance-induced psychosis? Which one is it?
So at this point, where it's extremely difficult to differentiate between a primary illness and psychosis due to substance use. Once diagnosis is made, it's very difficult to revoke it. Someone who saw Mr. Pira when he was unwell had grounds to think that this is primary illness. So I won't be able to say one way or another. In terms of not being on drugs, it definitely helps to prevent relapses. It might be another situation when both conditions coexist, and drugs might make prognosis worse for primary mental condition. So the other issue here that with some patients, their insight might be better when they're well, and they might lose insight very quickly once they relapse. So with this in mind, it might be a situation that without CTORH in place, by the time we get to the point of being able to help him, he might be very, very unwell.
So is he capable of consenting to the community treatment plan, or you think he is not capable of consenting to the community treatment plan?
At this point, Lori Borland is his PGT for making treatment decisions, and she consented to his treatment plan. So he remains incapable of making this decision.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor, for your evidence. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome.
But just to follow up on that point, though, does he remain incapable?
I believe yes.
Okay. So, so what is it from the plan that is assisting him? Is it just the fact that he is it puts a little bit of regulation in his life in terms of meeting with the treatment team and attending appointments and that sort of thing?
It is as a safety net for him. Given the fact that he had these 3 admissions, and he was unwell, quite unwell, and there were some complaints from his sister, concerns that called the police. So things were not just like, it wasn't like he had psychosis that didn't require any intervention from the police. And we know that illness, if it comes back, might repeat itself in its presentation. So I do believe that he requires this safety net for now when we're going towards his wishes and discontinued his treatment, given that he has been stable for 2 years. But I would like to be on a cautious side and provide a safety net in case he requires help from us.
Okay, and is it likely or probable that notes that his last in-Vegas Bennett injection was February the 25th, so that's a little bit more than 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. Would he still have some of that medication in his system, given that it's long-acting and he was on it for a period of time?
So theoretically, Invega Sustenna covers like 1 month, okay? But in terms of illness potentially coming back, it doesn't happen the first day once the medication is out of the system. Sometimes it takes a few months, even a year. So the medication is not in his system, but it's too soon, I would say, to celebrate.
I'm sorry, I missed the last part there. It would
be too soon to celebrate. What I mean by that, it might be too early to say like illness is not coming back. So he's still in this kind of period of time when symptoms might return.
Okay, all right, thank you. Those are my questions. Anything further from the panel?
None from me.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, yeah.
I think you had started doing the exhibits, and then we had all the background noise. I'm not sure it actually got into the record.
Yeah, thank you so much. Exhibit 1 is the summary, and Exhibit 2 is the collection of NHA forms and related documentation. I appreciate that, Mr. Skripniak. Yeah, there was a bit of a distraction there. Mr. Para, if you're still there, you can unmute now.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so we appreciate you joining in and listening into what the doctor had to say. So we're going to consider carefully what the doctor said, and we're going to circulate a decision. But it all seems like things are going pretty good for you, and we're quite pleased to hear that. So we thank you for appearing before the board in an observational capacity, and we're going to talk things over, and you'll hear from Mr. Spook or the doctor shortly. We're also going to mail you a copy of the decision too. Okay, sir?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that'll conclude the evidence. And doctor, is there any submissions beyond what you've said in your evidence?
No, I'm just asking to continue community system to order for now.
Very well. Okay, thank you very much. I think that will conclude it. Ms. Uchendu, anything further on your end?
No, from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skripniak.
All good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you so much. We can sign off now, and we'll adjourn.
Have a good weekend.
If everyone could hang up, please.
Joe Scoop.
So it appears I'm doing good, they say. And some of that's not clear. You know, it was tough for me to listen. But what I wasn't able to record because I lost the number, so I had to drive home, and the device I was going to use wasn't working anyway. But basically, the doctor that you heard there, Dr. Cotin, Kotin, she told me, "You're getting a new doctor." I said, "Oh, all right." What she should have said was, "There's a hearing coming up to reinstate a community treatment order." That's what that meeting was, to reinstate the CTO. Now, she may have known that a new doctor meant reinstating the CTO, because she told me, "I'm going to go work with inpatients now." But what she didn't do was follow. I would say she didn't follow her Hippocratic oath to tell me everything. I don't think she, you know what? There's something in the Mental Health Act that says you just have to explain things. You don't have to make sure the patient understands. Now, that seems weird, but she's believing I'm incapacitated or incapable of making decisions about my mental health. Now, How was that made? How was that determination made? Well, Dr. Priya Subramanian, Subramanian, Priya Subramanian, sat me in a room alone, tried to tell me some things about apparently me having a mental illness, and I said, that's not what I have. And she said, well, I'd like you to sign this form. She didn't tell me that it was to sign my rights away. She just said, I'd like you to sign this form. I said, no. And she said, I think you should. Now, you might say, well, Kevin, you signed it. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I said no. Is that not enough? I had to say no again? How many times do I have to say no? I said no. So, that's the third doctor I've had. Why do these doctors keep getting switched around? I don't know. But it could be so that none of them can be held accountable for what happened in the first place, which is Priya Subramanian taking my rights. Now, you can call me paranoid. You can say I'm making things up. You can say that's not what happened. But I'm not stupid. And if you're going to try to treat me like I'm stupid, I'm obviously going to get angry, just like you would. So, when you tell me I'm getting aggressive, when you're trying to pull one over my eyes, when you're trying to lead me to a cliff, now that's an extreme, isn't it? That's an extreme parable, huh? A metaphor, an allegory. That's the way I talk. So when you hear me talk, and you say that's what's happening, your subjective opinion of what I say determines what I'm saying? No, you don't know my intent. You don't even know what I'm saying. So, what can I do now? I know now that I can challenge this CTO. They don't need a CTO. They don't need some bullshit lawyer who doesn't give a fuck about what I want, doesn't care, just wants to get paid and goes, well, I'll try, but doesn't fucking try worse shit because he gets paid either fucking way. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I'm a little aggressive right now because that's the way I am naturally. So if you're going to try to curb my aggression because you're afraid, maybe you're just a scaredy cat. Maybe you're just afraid of me. What, I should change because you're afraid? Maybe you should change. Maybe you should stop being afraid of me. But you look at me and think, that person is what? So, I could say some mean things to you, because I'm thinking anything mean to any person that does these things to people like me. Someone who goes through extended periods of purposeful sleep deprivation, to understand the effects of sleep deprivation, not to be told what they are, not to say this is what things are and now accept it and regurgitate it as fact because I told you. Okay, I understand things by living them, by experiencing them, to understand them comprehensively, not in an education setting. Not where I'm supposed to be educated. I live these things. You're going to tell me how it felt for you? I don't care how it felt for you. I don't live the way you do. I am not you. You're going to try to tell me that I have a mental illness because I have a sister that treated me like garbage, so eventually I got angry and tore some shit up in her room to say, fuck you, bitch. A sister that treated me like shit for 6 months, so I thought, why wouldn't she steal my phone? A mother that could clearly hear through the house when we were yelling. Say she didn't know about the arguments? Bullshit. And now what? Now I'm defaming my mother and sister, so I'm an asshole, right? You don't know shit about my life. I don't give a fuck if you got a nice mom or a nice sister. I don't give a fuck if they thought they were nice to me. I don't give a fuck what you think. Why do I have this fucking piece of tape over my camera? Because someone hacked into my network and is stealing my internet. So as far as I know, they can access my fucking computer. So I'm a little tired of being observed and looked at like I'm fucking crazy. Now, you can say, Kevin, you're being angry, you're showing aggression, that's a symptom of whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, how about fuck you? Aggression isn't a symptom of mental illness. Aggression is a natural occurrence of living. It's not a testosterone thing. I might have testosterone, but that's not why I'm angry. It may allow me to do things. Science may say this or that about my biology and my family history and the way that I behave and the risks that I take. But I'm always in control. And if you think I'm not in control, ooh, you don't even understand me. So, I don't know. Maybe I should edit that fucking video call so you can hear it clearly. But I think I've explained it pretty well. But let me try again. I've been passed around like a towel. These doctors are cleaning up the mess. The mess is their paycheck. And they're using me to clean up the mess, to get that mess gone. How does it get gone? They use me to earn it and then they spend it. But you listen to me and tell me I'm crazy because I say I'm a towel and they're cleaning up a mess. Well, you just didn't take the time to listen. All you did was hear crazy person. So, what? I'm aggressive? I should calm down? I'm not even angry right now. This is 2%. You don't even want me at 4%. So, if I really wanted to do something, I would do it, because that's what I do. So you're going to say, well, Kevin, what if you say you're going to do this thing or you're going to do that thing? Maybe it's a metaphor, dumbass. Maybe it's a hyperbole sometimes when it's a metaphor. Maybe it's just talking about these thoughts that I have. And you're going to tell me, go see a doctor. Why? So a doctor can tell me what to think about my thoughts? Who would say so, right? Would say so too. Now you might understand what I said there, but you might just say, he just fucking said some weird ass shit. But here, let me explain it to you. And you're gonna call me a conspiracist. Who is the World Health Organization controlling what? Are they not controlling medicine? Are they not controlling world health? Are they not an organization controlling the world's health? So does that not mean their regulations leech or determine what the organizations of health that control me do? That tell me what's safe and what's not? And the UN? I don't know if they're connected or not. But they could be. And how could they be? Because they spread each other's messages. Just like the UNHCR, the United Nations something something refugees something or other. Spreading things about the virus. Spreading things about the virus regarding what World Health Organization says is the right way to do things. So they're working together. And if you can't see that, well, you won't even see the weather. You won't even see that it's raining. You wouldn't even say it's raining if you felt it. Because you deny the truth. Because it serves your narrative. You love to lie to yourself because you don't want to deal with it the way things really are. You don't want to admit you're submitting to dominance every day. Now what, I'm dominating right now? So I'm a bad guy? Ha! Why lie? You impose sobriety. Now, my voice is getting tired because I don't like talking like this. So I'll take a minute. And now do you trust me when I talk like this? When I talk calm? When I'm easing my words into your mind? Am I talking like a doctor? Is this a way to break down your barriers? You can trust me. Just sign this form. No. Well, I think you should. And then I thought, I just said no, and she said I think you should. So I'm not going to go through this battle with her, because if I do, she's going to call security and say I'm aggressive and try, then what? I'm already being raped when they took my words out of context, and two people said, Kevin's crazy. Kevin wants to kill me. So I was pushed into a corner, man. What was I going to do? Fight? And then what? Make it worse? I don't know what my options were. Jail or the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Now you can say, Kevin, you did that to yourself. Well, I'm not saying I didn't. But I'm saying these are the circumstances that led to what's happening. So if this can happen to me, how many more people is it happening to? How many more people has a doctor said, you're incapable to make decisions about your mental health because you don't even think you have a mental illness, but you do? Coerce me into agreeing with them. I can't fight the system. I have to take this CTO. I have to take their medication. Yeah, fucking right. I'm just taking it because fighting makes it worse. So, who's talking, right? Who's talking, huh? No. Which person is talking? So, what am I supposed to do? If this can happen to anyone, the health organizations are going to say, well, there's cases where people are crazy, so we need to be able to take their capacity away because they couldn't understand that they're crazy. You don't even know you're crazy. That means you're crazy. No. I purposely deprived myself of sleep to see what would happen. You didn't know the consequences. I didn't need to know the consequences. I'm a linebacker. I read and react. I have a plan, but it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. My plan? Deprive myself of sleep. Then I need to read and react to the situation. You're going to tell me I can't do that because of failures before me? Because someone couldn't do what I can, so I can't do it? Get the fuck out of here. That's what you'd tell me. Huh? So what? You know what I'm doing when I'm angry? I'm being just like you. Ooh, I'm a mirror now. Ooh, what am I now? Who am I? Ha, who I am, right? Which person am I? Oh, see, you're schizoaffective. You're schizophrenic. You don't know who you are. No, idiots. I'm saying you don't know who I am. You think I'm someone else right now. I'm merely bouncing ideas around in the arena of thought. I can handle this. I can think one thought and think another thought and think what they think about each other's thoughts and argue to determine which is right. You simply follow the instructions on what's right, and then you call me stupid because I won't do what's called right. Huh. You can't handle what I can handle. So maybe it's not right for you. But you're gonna put a fucking limit on me? You're gonna try to put a computer in my engine? A limiter? Well, I did a little mechanic work. I can stay up as long as I goddamn want to. Greatness overcomes defeat. Definitely amazing. Majorly neutral, because I can see both sides. I'm a middle child. So, you're gonna tell me what is and what isn't? Then I'm gonna tell you what is and isn't. And I'm gonna become what I need to be to make what is and isn't. Maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do. And while you are all having kids, having a family, making money, getting luxury, I'll be changing society, myself at a time. And maybe I won't change anyone else, but I'd rather die trying than die lying to myself. And maybe you don't even recognize you're lying anymore because you've lied to yourself for your entire life. You don't know. You don't know you're lying because it's the truth to you now. Ha! It's too bad I didn't get home in time. It's too bad the number I wrote down was wrong. It's too bad I didn't have a recording device. But I went to help my dad. So I wasn't home. But I made it home. And you should have heard when the speaker said when I said to the speaker, hi, I'm just calling in to listen. I wasn't told about this hearing. Because the person said, I didn't know, Mr. Para, there was no record of you contesting your CTO. And I said, I didn't even know there was a hearing. No one told me there was a hearing. So that seems like proof of concept that these doctors aren't taking care of me. They're just doing their job. They're just passing me around the locker room so they can keep getting paid. All they have to do is have me come in one time a week where I say, yeah, I'm fine. And they go, ooh, 5-minute appointment. Looks like I got half an hour till my next one. Looks like I can go play on Facebook or do whatever the fuck they do. But no, that's not what happens. No one's lazy at work. Doctors never not want to do the little bit that they can to get away with it. No doctor ever said, I'm going to do as little work as I can because I just worked a 12-hour shift. Or some bullshit excuse they give themselves because they knew what was going to happen when they went into it. And if they weren't going to take the responsibility and hold themselves accountable, they shouldn't have taken the goddamn job. Oh, yeah, all doctors deserve respect. They're doctors. They went to medical school. Yeah. You know why I didn't go to medical school? Because I was going to be a football player. And I was going to be in the football arena. I didn't have time to go to doctor's school. Could I be a doctor? Maybe. Anyone can be anything they want to be. But you say people are limited. They can only do what you say they can do. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? No, it's not right, but it's right to you. Isn't that weird how it's simultaneous that things can happen all at once? You can think you're right and it cannot be right, but you think it's right, so it's right to you. Simultaneous action, just like quantum superposition, where a particle is in all places at once, but we can only observe it in one place at once. Well, you know what? I've surpassed your limited observation skills. So what? I'm stupid? Cause you can't do what I can do, so you say it's not possible? Yeah, fucking right. Huh. You're just lucky. You're just lucky. I'm letting myself be distracted. You're just lucky. I don't have money coming in through a passive income stream because I'm not a passive income worker. I believe in working for things. I believe that the human race has gone in the wrong direction. I believe that people want to be royalty. They want to have their children listen to them and do their bidding and own animals for their own entertainment. I believe that most people in the world have a mental illness, but it's not looked at like a mental illness because that's what's said is the right thing to do. Yeah, well, what if I was in power, huh? Guess I'll never be in power because I just said that I could be in power, and anyone that's being in power wouldn't want me to be in power because then they wouldn't be in power and then there'd be a different power. But what am I supposed to do with all this power? What's that, Kanye? No one man should have all what power? Who gave you that power? So, what's it really mean if everything's been planned?